Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel with another Star Wars Squadrons video. Now, as we all know, Star Wars Squadrons is releasing later this week, and I know a lot of people are excited for it, and some people aren't, but I am one that's very excited to just, know the campaign, know a few more events that happens after Return of the Jedi. That's what I'm more excited about. Also excited about the flying as well, but as you guys know, I'm not a massive, Starfighter expert, I should say, but hopefully with the because it's definitely gonna be different than Battlefront 2. Hopefully, with the way that this game is set up, that's it might actually be a lot of fun. It might this is where the fun begins, as Anakin says. But I thought I'd do this. I usually do everything we know video before a big update comes out in a game. I'm going to be continuing this, but because of this is an actual game that's coming out, I thought I'd round up everything that we know so far about Star Wars Squadrons. I'm going to try and get everything that I've got through over the last couple of months, with some developer tweets, all the pilot briefings, all the news that we've gotten so far. I'm going to try and collect it all in this one video so you guys can enjoy it. Maybe learn a thing or two if you haven't already, if you haven't heard about it. But yeah, let's get straight into the video, guys. If you guys enjoy it, make sure to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe if you guys want to see more of these kind of videos in the future. If you guys are excited for Star Wars Squadrons, let me know in the comment section below as well. But now let's get straight into the video. So let's start off with the basics, guys. So Star Wars Squadrons is a first-person Starfighter combat game that will be coming out on October 2nd. So like I said, very, very soon as of this video is going out. And it will be coming out on PS4, Xbox, and PC. So it's going to be on the Steam and Epic Game stores as well. And it's going to be post Return of the Jedi. There will be a campaign that delves into after the events of the Return of the Jedi, but there'll also be a prologue that happens just after the destruction of Alderaan in A New Hope. So hopefully we get to see the trench run. That would be kind of cool, because I'd love to see a trench run in a game like this. That I think would be amazing. And it's going to be after the events of the Return of the Jedi. It's going to be against the New Republic going up against the remnants of the Empire. And the price point for the game is $40 US. Now, it's also going to be fully VR compatible with PS4 and PC, which I think is going to look amazing. I personally don't have VR headset at the moment, but I'm definitely planning on getting it just to see the full immersive experience of this game in VR. I think would be amazing. It has full cross-platform support between console to console and console to PC, which I know a lot of people are excited about. This should be the way the games happen in the future. They've also confirmed that hands-on throttle and stick will be fully compatible in this game. It'll also be a day one patch, because it's not in the actual game, but it will be available in the day one patch, in the release patch. Version of the game you can get at the moment, there is no deluxe edition, and if you pre-order the game at the moment, you can get the Imperial Ace flight suit, as well as the New Republic Recruit flight suit, as well as decals for the New Republic and the Empire, as well as Starfighter skins for both sides. Also, guys, if you've recently watched the Hunted short for Star Wars Squadrons, which was amazing, looked like an actual movie, there are two new skins that you get if you've pre-ordered the game, which is the Varsha Hunter X-Wing and the Varsha Survivor TIE Interceptor skin. So these are the skins that you see in the short, the two main characters that are in the short. So they look pretty damn awesome, guys. So if you haven't pre-ordered the game already, do get it before the release date. If you're planning on getting it, if you think these skins are pretty cool from the CG short, you should definitely pre-order the game right now. And I know one thing that you guys are probably nervous about, that Battlefront 2 had at its launch, and it has been confirmed that Star Wars Squadrons will have no microtransactions. There are going to be a lot of customization options in the game, not for just your your looks, your decals, but also for how you actually play the game. But this is all in game. This is how you get it all in game. So you don't have to get anything, you don't have to pay for anything. You earn all through this while playing the game, which I think is great. Now, speaking of the game, the gameplay basics are that there are 4 classes of ships. Now, these are 5v5 game modes, guys. So there's dogfight, there is also fleet battles, and there's also the campaign, of course. Now, starting off with your ship classes, there are fighter, bomber, support, and interceptor. Now, for the fighter, we have the X-Wing and the TIE Fighter. For the bomber, we have the TIE Bomber and the Y-Wing. For the interceptor, we have the TIE Interceptor and the A-Wing. And for the support class, we have the U-Wing and the TIE Reaper. Now, for these classes do act differently. The fighter is the more versatile one that, does a little bit of everything and is most suited for, people who are just starting the game. The Interceptor class is basically better for ship-to-ship combat. They do much better damage against ships, but they are very fast, but they don't have a lot of health. Bombers can do the most damage. They also have pretty good defense, but they are the slowest vehicles in the game. The support class is what it is. It supports the other classes. These are the TIE Reaper and the U-Wing. As you can see by this stat page, guys, that each class differs from each class, and they also differ from each faction as well. Now, speaking of customization, there are over 50 components to upgrade your ship. This can include tractor beams, ion cannons, droids, and there's so many, guys. And there's also in cockpit customization as well. You can put like a little Ewok that you can see here on your dashboard, which I think is very, very cute. There's also a variety of customization for your character. Of course, for the New Republic, we have different races. For the Empire, we have different skins for the TIE pilots as well. So you have 7 ship components to customize your own starfighter. This includes primary, 2 auxiliary, countermeasures, hulls, shields, and engines. Now, remember that some of the ships actually don't have shields, so such as the TIE fighter, this actually won't be on there. So to touch back briefly on the progression system, guys, there are 2 different currencies that are in the game. They are Glory and Requisition. So Glory is to unlock customization in the game, so your skins, that sort of thing, and Requisition is to unlock gameplay abilities and components to your ship. And your level progression is linear, just like in Battlefront 2. What's to note here, guys, is that once you reach level 40, you will not require any more Requisition. So every time you level up, you'll probably basically level up by doing anything in the game. You will earn experience, and by leveling up, you'll get extra Requisition to unlock more components for your ship to play the way that you want to play. Once you reach level 40 for your ship, you will keep leveling up, but you won't actually gain any more Requisition for your ship. But that's pretty much when you unlocked everything. And also, it's not like a power level thing, so once you reach level 40, you keep getting stronger and stronger, but it makes the way that you want to play. Basically, summarize, guys, the higher that you level up, you won't get any stronger gear, but you will be able to play the way that you want to play with different types of gear. Also, once you reach level 40, you will continue to gain glory to unlock cosmetics for your ship and your character, but you basically already gain everything for your components for your ship, so you don't have to get any more of that, but you will still be able to get glory to get cosmetics for your ship. Also be daily challenges, guys, that will rotate every single day, that will grant you glory if you complete them to unlock more cosmetics. And there will also be operations. Now, these operations could be anything, and they grant you specific customization for for your ship or for your character, and you can only get this by completing this operation, and you cannot get it any other way, and you can only get it if it goes, it goes. And you can only get it, if it comes back. So they will, they'll eventually come back, as they will, but you can only get those specific customization from those specific operation challenges, which I think is a really cool idea. Part of the game, guys, is the ship power systems, which include shields, weapons, and engines. Now, of course, this is the vehicle management side of Star Wars Squadrons, so it's definitely a lot more, complex than Battlefront 2 ever was. And I think this is the part that is going to separate the recruits from the actual pilot aces, because whoever can manage their power systems better will probably survive a lot quicker, will get higher ranking and get better equipment as well. So for example, if you put more power into your weapons, they will recharge faster and have a higher fire rate. More power to your engines will make you turn a lot quicker and do better maneuvers a lot better. And more power to the shields, which are directional front and back, will make you have a health buff and will make them recharge a lot quicker. Now with the UI, as I said before, there will be only first person in this game. Now at first I thought, first person, you won't be able to see your ship as much, what's the point of having all these skins? But I think it's actually working pretty well. Like, I was actually playing a lot of first person recently in Battlefront 2 Starfighter or so, and it's actually very immersive. I can imagine when you're in the VR, it's just gonna look amazing. And all your components, all your UI elements are actually in your cockpit. So it's not gonna actually just be on the screen in random places, like in the 4 corners. It'll actually be in your cockpit. So it'll show your scanners, it will show your health, it will show how much, your power supply as well. So it will all be on your components in your cockpit, which I think is a really neat idea. They did say, however, that there'll be a few UI elements on the screen, but you can disable them if you just want an authentic flying experience with basically no HUD. Now let's get back to these modes, guys. So of course we have 3 modes in this game in Star Wars Squadrons. We have the single player campaign, which except for the prologue will be set after Return of the Jedi. Like I said before, the prologue will be set just after the Alderaan explodes in episode 4 A New Hope, but after that it will be all after Return of the Jedi. So if you see why there's some Empire symbols and some Rebel symbols, that is why, because there's one portion in the prologue where we don't know what it is, but we just know it's after Alderaan explodes from the Death Star. You will also be playing, like I said, after Return of the Jedi. That will be the main of the campaign, and the missions will get exceedingly difficult. Now onto the multiplayer aspect of the game, which is the main part of this game. First of all, we have dogfights. It's the simple 5 versus 5 mode. Simply kill them more than they kill you, and you can also upgrade with components like mines, tractor beams, and turrets on the field itself. And the signature mode for this game is Fleet Battles. So Fleet Battles, once again, is a 5 versus 5 experience. It is a multi-stage game mode, so sort of like Battlefront 2 with Galactic Assault and all that, Starfighter Assault, but it's more like turning points. So if you continue on, you can keep going towards the capital ship. If you don't succeed, you get pushed back. So it's more like a tug of war situation here. But first of all, before you actually get into the game, there is a social hub where you can coordinate tactics and components with your other squad mates. Now there is an option to play with AI against AI as well. So of course you're versing against players in this version, but there is also an AI version where you're just versing with AI against AI as well. So there is that, there is a kind of a single player aspect as well. But if you're playing with the multiplayer mode, you will have a social hub where you can, like I said, coordinate tactics, and you can go from there. Now the first stage of this mode is basically a dogfight like the 5v5. So you are versing against 5 other players, but there's also going to be multiple AI around you as well to fill out the space. So it's not going to just be 5v5, but you will also have AI on your team and AI on the enemy team to fight as well. So the first part of this mission is to dogfight. So whoever wins the dogfight gets to move on either to attack your own ships or you can attack their ships. Moving on, you get to the chance for your winning team to move on to attack the 2 capital ships. If you succeed, you move on to attack the subsystems of the main flagships, but if you don't succeed, you fall back and you redo the dogfight in the middle, and then if the enemy team wins, they can have a chance to attack your enemy capital ships and flagship as well. But if you do succeed and move on to the enemy flagships, there are 3 subsystems that you have to destroy to win the fleet battle. So as you can see, it's a real tug of war between the 2 sides. So if you do succeed and you keep moving forward, but if you fail one bit, you do have to fall back and then try and win again to continue forward until you actually destroy the enemy flagship, which I think is a really cool idea. I think this could end up being a long damn game mode, I could say. It has also been confirmed by some of the developers that all the PvP modes will be ranked as well, especially the fleet battles. So I can see a lot of people getting very competitive here. I know a few people can get very competitive here, so we'll have to wait and see. Moving on, we have the 6 locations that are confirmed for this game. First of all, we have Yavin Prime, a massive gas giant, which one of its moons is Yavin 4, which of course held the rebel base in Rogue One and A New Hope. Next up, we have Esselis, which has a ring around it, which it holds an Empire listening post, which the New Republic is eager to destroy. Next up, we have the Nadiri Dockyard, which is vital to the New Republic, and you might also notice that it also has the Starhawk program, which is going to be a big part of this game, I feel like, as well. Next up, we have Sisabu, which contains a lot of remnants of Imperial ships around the planet. Next up, we have Galatan, which is probably the planet that you do see in the trailers where the Star Destroyer rises up. It's very like an orange kind of planet, which I can't wait. It's going to look beautiful. Can't wait to see this in the game. And next up, we have this Savian Abyss, which, and all these planets, these are all the planets that are confirmed in the game. And, there are, except for Yavin Prime, which, I guess we haven't been to before, but it is, all these planets we really haven't heard of before, or we haven't seen in a game or in you know, in the movies at all. So these are all new planets, which I, you know, can't wait to see. And you know, I think some of these sound really cool and really cool to fly around as well. Now, just a few things about this game, guys. So Jay, the community manager, also said that if you want to change ships in this game, you can also do by, you know, after you die, like normal, you can change the class of your ship, or you can also in fleet battles, you can go back to your flagship and change it in the hangar, which I think is going to be pretty cool. I don't know if you get to, you know, fly in there yourself or if it's just going to be like cutscene, but very cool nonetheless. Next up, we just have a few extra details that I thought I'd go over for you guys. Some of these things you probably already know, probably everyone knows by now. There'll be a few characters that have not been, you know, seen that are going to be, you know, at least ending up in the campaign. If anything else, we of course already know that Hera and Wedge are going to be in the campaign, but I think there's also a possibility for other characters to end up in the campaign as well. You know, probably Leia. Also, Inferno Squad, Item from Battlefront 2. This would be perfect, you know, around the time of that happening. She could be on the Rebel side at this point, or she could be still in the Empire. Let me know what you guys think about these. Who else do you think could be ending up in this game? Now, about post-launch content, guys, because I know a lot of people are really interested about that, because, you know, the game isn't as big as Battlefront 2. You know, it never was going to be. But Ian, who is one of the developers for Star Wars Squadrons, you know, a while back, said that there is a possibility that we could get some, you know, post-launch content support. They have nothing, you know, confirmed, or, you know, haven't said anything that there's going to be any at this point. But if the game is more successful, then, you know, there is a possibility that we could get some post-launch content in the future. You know, possible future, you know, future mode, or, you know, more components, more skins, maybe even new ships. I'd love to see a B-Wing or a TIE Defender even. They would be awesome. I've always wanted to play them in a game, the B-Wing and the TIE Defender. So, you know, fingers crossed that we maybe get to see them in the future at some point. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that I could find, guys. I probably have missed a few things here or there, you know, about, you know, some stuff that I probably missed over the last couple of months. But this is hopefully gives you a rough idea of everything that's going to be in the game. Of course, there might be some stuff that hasn't been obviously being covered yet in the articles, or, you know, teased by developers. So, you know, if you guys like to see more videos like that, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll try and get them out for you, you know, as when the game drops. But thank you guys so very much for watching. If you guys are picking up Squadrons, do let me know in the comment section below. Like I said, I'm very excited about the campaign in this game. I will be doing a release day stream of this on Thursday at 9 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time. So I will be streaming a few hours before the game releases, and I'll be streaming, you know, the campaign pretty much straight away, you know, to try and get that out for you guys as quick as possible. But thank you guys so very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. No, it was a long one, but thank you guys so very much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, may the force with you all, always.